9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Atlas engine ignition, 0, and liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Atlas V rocket carrying WGS-2 for the Department of Defense. Wideband Global Satcom spacecraft provides an order of magnitude increase in capacity to our joint warfighters and Australian international partner.
Good steady state operating pressure on the RD-180.
Now let's listen to Rob Gannon providing launch vehicle ascent data throughout the flight.
On the SRBs, trailing out to the sustained pressure levels and the chamber pressures on the SRBs. We are throttling down to 66%.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Delta IV rocket carrying the WGS-3 spacecraft for the United States Air Force. The wideband global SATCOM satellite provides a significant increase in capacity to our joint warfighter and Australian international partner.
Altitude now a little over 1 nautical miles. Velocity 1,800 feet per second. Just passing 30 seconds. Solid motor chamber pressure is now beginning to decline. Passing 36 seconds, Mach 1. Vehicle is now transonic. Chamber pressures on the 4 solid motors are decreasing as expected.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Main engine ignition. And liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Delta IV rocket carrying WGS-4 for the United States Air Force. The wideband global SATCOM satellite provides significantly increased capacity to our joint warfighters and Australian international partner. You're hearing the voice of Steve Agate providing launch vehicle ascent data.
Good. Chamber pressures beginning to decline in the solid rocket motors as expected. T-minus 10.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. We have liftoff. We have RS-27 main engine. We have liftoff. The United Launch Alliance Delta IV rocket carrying WGS-5 for the United States Air Force. The wideband global SATCOM satellite provides significantly increased capacity to our nation's leaders, warfighters, and international partners.
Looking good.
You are hearing the voice of Steve Agate providing launch vehicle ascent data.
Passing 36 seconds, Mach 1. Vehicle now going transonic. Chamber pressure is holding good in the first stage. Solid motor chamber pressure beginning to drop off as expected. Passing 50 seconds, max Q, maximum dynamic pressure in the vehicle. Coming up on the 1 minute mark. Mark, 1 minute. Velocity passing 1,300 miles per hour.
8, 7, 6. We have ignition of the RS-68 main engine. 2, 1. And we have liftoff of the Delta IV launch vehicle carrying the WGS-6 satellite for the United States Air Force. The wideband global SATCOM satellite provides significantly increased capacity for our nation's leaders, warfighters, and international partners.
Still looking good at recovering from the initial launch transients as we're passing 25 seconds. Mark, 25 seconds in. Still looking good.
You are hearing the voice of Steve Agate providing launch vehicle ascent data.
Altitude passing 2.5 miles, 36 seconds, Mach 1. Vehicle now going transonic. 42 seconds in, still looking good. Chamber pressure is beginning to drop on the 4 solid rocket motors as expected. Good symmetrical burn. Coming up 50 seconds. Mark, 50 seconds, max Q. Maximum dynamic pressure in the vehicle as we're approaching the 1 minute.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We have ignition. 2, 1, 0, And liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Delta IV rocket carrying the 7th WGS satellite for the United States Air Force. The wideband global SATCOM satellite provides significantly increased capacity for our nation's leaders, warfighters, and international partners.
Maximum SRM chamber pressure now. Coming up 30 seconds. 34 seconds, Mach 1, vehicle now going transonic. Passing 40 seconds, altitude 3.7 nautical miles. 45 seconds, maximum dynamic pressure, max Q on the vehicle. 50 seconds in. Altitude 6.38 nautical miles, velocity 2,532 feet per second, downrange distance 4.43 nautical miles. 1 minute into the flight.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. We have engine ignition. 2, 1. And liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Delta IV rocket carrying the WGS mission for the United States Air Force.
R68 performing well. Fuel injector and chamber pressure looking good. 20 seconds into flight. Burn profiles on the 4 solid rocket motors all looking good. 30 seconds in. Mach 1 vehicle is now transonic.
You're hearing the voice of Patrick Moore providing launch vehicle ascent data.
Now passing max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. RS-68 continuing to perform well. Chamber pressures and injector pressures looking good. Burn profiles on the 4 solid rocket motors also looking good.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. RS-68A engine ignition. 1. And we have liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Delta IV rocket carrying the WGS-9 mission for the United States Air Force. What a great way to celebrate the Air Force's 70th birthday.
At full thrust. SRM burn profiles also looking good. 20 seconds into flight. SRM chamber pressure is beginning to tail off of max pressure. 30 seconds in.
You're hearing the voice of Patrick Moore providing launch
Mach
vehicle
1
ascent
Delta IV is
data.
now supersonic. Now passing 46 seconds, max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. Vehicle traveling right down the middle of the range track, looking good.
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we have liftoff of the United Launch Alliance Delta IV rocket carrying the WGS-10 mission for the United States Air Force.
Passing 10 seconds into flight. RS-68 chamber pressure looks good. See good chamber pressure across all 4 SRMs, nice symmetric burn. Now 20 seconds into flight. Continue to see good performance on the RS-68A engine. Now coming up on 30 seconds. 34 seconds into flight, Mach 1 Delta IV is now supersonic. SRM chamber pressure has tailed off from the max pressure as expected. Continue to see good engine performance on the RS-68 engine. Delta is now passing through max Q, maximum dynamic pressure. Now 55 seconds into flight. Continue to see good performance on the RS-68A engine, good performance on all 4 SRMs, nice symmetric burn. Now 1 minute, 5 seconds into flight. About 30 seconds remaining until SRM burnout.